Good evening, students. It's that time again. Today we're going to learn about area models and partial products. Please make sure to write the title on your notes so that you have it when you go back to look at what we've learned and to check your work tomorrow in class. Our learning goal for this unit is still how can I use place value to multiply a two-digit number by another two-digit number. So far we've looked at multiplying by tens and estimating our products. Today we're going to look at finding exact answers using area models and partial products. So we're going to see how can you use area models and partial products to multiply two-digit numbers. To solve 13 times 18, let's remember what we already know about using expanded form and partial products for one-digit multiplication. If the problem was 13 times 8, we could draw a model that looks like this. Splitting the 13 into 10 and 3, we could multiply 10 times 8 and 3 times 8. 10 times 8 would be 80. 3 times 8 would be 24. We would then add those two partial products of 80 and 24 to get our answer of 104. Now, since my problem's not 13 times 8, but 13 times 18, I need to add that second digit, or that 10 from the 18, giving me a model that would still split 13 into 10 and 3, but also split 18 into 10 and 8. I'm still going to multiply 10 times 8 and 3 times 8, but I also need to multiply 10 times 10 and 3 times 10. 10 times 10 uses the basic fact of 1 times 1 with the two zeros. I get 100. 3 times 10 gives me 30. 10 times 8 gives me 80. And 3 times 8 gives me 24. Now I add all four of my partial products. 100, 30, 80, and 24 to find my answer. 8 plus 2 and 10 and 3 is 13, giving me an answer of 234. Let's try another example. This time let's do 15 times 24. I'm going to draw my model, and on my model, split 15 into 10 and 5. I am also going to split 24 into 20 and 4, giving me 10 times 20 and 5 times 20, as well as 10 times 4 and 5 times 4. To solve 10 times 20, I think 1 times 2 is 2. I put those two zeros in my answer for 200. To solve 5 times 20, I think 5 times 2, that's 10, and add the extra 0 to my answer. 10 times 4 is 40, and 5 times 4 is 20. I then add 200, 100, 40, and 20 to get 360 as my final answer. Let's try one more. This time copy down this example so that you have it in your notes for when you're doing your check problems and to look back on later. Let's solve 23 times 25 and split 23 into 20 and 3, and 25 into 20 and 5. Drawing my model, I'm going to place 20 and 3 for 23, and then 20 and 5 for 25. So I will multiply 20 times 20, 3 times 20, 20 times 5, and 3 times 5. Notice the correlation. The 20 from the top goes in as the first digit in each box on the left, and the 3 from the top goes in the first digit in each box on the right. The 20 from the side goes as the second digit in the two top boxes, where 5 comes in as the second digit in the two bottom boxes. Then I use the strategy for multiplying tens to find my answers. 2 times 2 is 4, with 2 zeros gives me 400. 3 times 2 is 6, with 1 zero gives me 60. 2 times 5 is 10, with 1 zero gives me 100. And 3 times 5 is 15. Now I'm adding those numbers to find my answer. 400 plus 60 plus 100 plus 15. 5 and 6 and 1 is 7, and 4 and 1 is 5, giving me a final answer of 575. Look at this problem. Sebastian was using the area model to find 17 times 24, but he made an error. Pause the video and look for Sebastian's error. Then replay to see if you correctly identified it. On Sebastian's model, he did split 17 into 10 and 7, which he placed on the side, and then 24 into 20 and 4, which he placed on the top. Then he would multiply 20 and 4 times 10 and 7. 20 times 10 uses the basic fact of 2 times 1, which is 2, and 2 zeros is 200. I don't see an error in that box. 4 times 10 is 40. I don't see an error there either. 4 times 7 is also 28. Then 20 times 7 uses the basic fact of 2 times 7, which is 14. But they didn't multiply 2 times 7, it was 20 times 7. So instead of 14, this box should have had 140 in there. Sebastian's error was forgetting to put his 0 in when using the multiplying 10 strategy when doing 20 times 7. The final answer for this problem would be 200 plus 140 plus 40 plus 28. 8, and then 4 and 4 and 2 is 10, and then 2 and 1 is 4. So 17 times 24 should equal 408. It's time for you to try. Complete the lesson check that accompanies tonight's video. Include the work for those problems on your notes for today and bring them with you to class tomorrow. If you're having problems, go back and watch some of the examples in this video again. Don't forget to bring your notes and problems with you to class, as we'll review them to start our day. Thank you, and have a great night.